Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3's Merina Kingdom. In previous episode we managed to take the rest of Amhara, as well as we managed to do our landing into Yemen. So that went quite well. Now we are kind of stuck over here in terms of what we can conquer. I mean, we could probably do a war against Oman, although they are probably protected. Oh, they are vassal of Egypt. So probably not, because I'm pretty sure that would put us in a war against Egypt, and I don't really want to do that. I suppose another option would be to do the landing in Zanzibar, which, to be fair, they've got a bit of infantry. It's light infantry with mobile artillery, but we don't have enough fleet to actually do the proper landing, so that would be a problem. Although that, we could actually get some naval bases in Somaliland now. We can start building up the navy in there. I mean, we will probably have to build up some more fleets of... Oh, we do actually have a bit more in here. Get 5 over there, and... Okay, we'll get 10 naval bases in here. I'm not going to get the ones in Somaliland after all. Not yet. The reason is very simple. We won't be able to fit them into a single fleet yet. Oh, steel railway cars are spreading. Good. Because that, I mean, we had already a lot of the tech done for it, quite frankly. So the sooner we get that, the better. And then, yeah, that can... I don't know which way we're going to go. I suppose we're going to first go for the pharmaceuticals. That's going to allow us to improve the... Oh. Illegitimate government. Why? Oh, is someone out of the... You want to join the Agrarian Party? Oh, Armed Forces is part of the Agrarian Party. Okay. Right. Well, I suppose we'll hold on to... We're not trying to pass any laws, are we? No, there's the National Militia Law that they want to pass, but I don't want to use that one. Quite frankly. Okay, so now that the Armed Forces are no longer part of that, Liberal Party, well, it might be a little bit more powerful. The Liberal Party is slowly losing some of the power that they had. Whether it's going to be enough or not remains to be seen. But yeah, the situation isn't the best. Southern Madagascar needs a bit more infrastructure, and Yemen needs a bit more infrastructure. But actually, the Yemen infrastructure isn't too bad right now. Yeah, we've got 20 total. Okay, that's actually good. So they managed to get a bit more people working at the railway, it seems. Which, to be fair, that's great. How's the population doing in there? We've got about 69,000. It's slowly increasing. Oh, North Madagascar is getting some more immigrants from the various Dutch colonies. Mostly in Africa, I reckon. So we could... Ooh, actually, how much do we need for improving any institutions? It's only 65 points, so we could increase the education levels even further, or just the law enforcement to reduce the turmoil, especially in places like Somaliland, and get less radicals from standard of living decreases. I'm actually tempted to go for that one. I mean, the education would be nice, get the literacy rates up and get more innovation and all that, but at the same time, I'm going to go for the police force right now. That'll be more worthwhile for us in this current moment. And there we go, we've got over 30 million GDP, we're still number 14 worldwide, so we've got quite a bit of ways to go to get at least to the top 10. I mean, actually, how far are we in terms of GDP? We need to have 64.4 to be equal Brazil, so we need more than doubling our GDP, quite frankly, so that's probably not going to happen, let's be honest. There we go, the naval bases have already been started, so we'll get a full 20 ship flotilla, or 20 flotilla fleet. That's good, and 4 to 6 weeks for the steel railway cars, so we can then start increasing the transportation production even further. Electricity? Oh, right. Well, I don't produce or use any electricity yet, so that's the French problem, not mine. We're still losing a bit of money, but we haven't lost it all that quickly, quite frankly. We could have up to 19 million right now, so we've got less than 10% of what we might have. Oh, Southern Madagascar is already building a railway. And that is my contract. Okay. When did I queue that up? Maybe when we noticed that it was missing a bit of infrastructure, or maybe even already before that, ages ago. Regardless, we got the railway stuff now, so let's just go ahead and switch all of these into steel passenger carriages. It's going to reduce the employment even... Actually, no, I don't think it's going to... Let's double check that over here. Oh no, it is less employment total. Okay. Right, let's go back to the tab over here. So we'll need to employ a bit less people. We'll use a lot more steel, but less wood. And transportation amount that we will have is going to be increased drastically. So I think that's a good idea. All across the board. And then, oh, languages in classroom. Not assimilation, but you know what? Less radicals from discrimination will probably be fine. Petite bourgeoisie would like that, but they're not influential. The VAT would hate that, but I suppose it's not going to be too bad. So election will be done soon. So Conservatives and Liberal Party seems to be the two winners in there. Of course, because the rule folk are not in a party right now. Right, well, I suppose the election is going to be over soon, so we can fix our legitimacy a little bit, because we haven't been able to get rid of the radicals recently. Not in large numbers anyway, but the loyalist numbers are actually slightly climbing up, but again, the discrepancy between the size of loyalists and radicals is quite large. Now, one third of our nation is radicals, so that's not exactly ideal. But let's see, what can we get? If we just have conservatives, we could get 72% legitimacy. If we put in the industrialists, we could get 57. I think that's what we'll go. So those would be able to join together. And then now we've got some laws that we could try passing, perhaps. I do not want to get the national militia, to be fair. Although, I suppose it would be better than peasant levies to some degree. At least in terms of morale loss and all that. But we couldn't be building any more barracks then. That would be a bit of a problem. And the military goods cost would be increased. I suppose it's the peasant levy, that does give political strength to landowners. So actually, if we switch away from that, the landowners... Oh, but that would reduce the armed forces' political strength. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. We can do that one. But the landowners would start losing more and more power. And then someone else will be able to become the ruling group there. So pharmaceuticals, that is actually spreading quite nicely in there. Admittedly, we produce 86 of that. Oh, more immigration to North Madagascar. Excellent. So how much do we have pops in here? 2.3 million. We got a little bit unemployed in here. I mean, I suppose we got a lot of various factories that aren't really all that profitable. And then we got the whaling station, which also not very profitable. Mostly because the meat and oil prices are very low. There's not a lot of usage for the oil yet. Did we ever switch the... No, we didn't switch the arms industry to use rifles, did we? We could put that in there, and we could also start producing more smoothbores. So how much do we produce? 20 and 25, respectively. That should be alright. There we go. Now we're all... Well, for a brief moment there, we were actually turning a profit. And now we are going to be having a bit of a bureaucratic shortfall, although actually I don't think that's going to be the case. Because while that is increasing, but that is kind of factoring the... Oh, there we go, pharmaceuticals. So we could increase the health system at some point. And now we are not doing any research, actually. Let's think about this. We could go for the psychiatry. Quinine would be quite nice. Or central banking. That would be quite nice as well. Or in production we could go... What is spreading in here, actually? Steam donkey, I mean, that's not bad. We could go with steam donkey and then dynamite, for example. Or in the military we could help with the screw frigate, so we can get that to level 2. Or all of these to level 2. Or rather, all the level 2 techs in this tree done. And then after that, maybe some production... Open heart process would be good for the steel production, to be fair. Or reinforced concrete for construction sector building throughput. That'd be quite useful as well. Or the vacuum canning, rubber mastication, both of these would be quite handy. I think we're going to put in the steam donkey at least, and then maybe the dynamite, just so that we can start using the explosives on our mines and increase the productions drastically. Right, Kathiri is still improving relations with us. I can't, realistically speaking, do much about that. If I expel diplomats, that's going to give me 10 infamy. I'd rather not do that one. I suppose, alternatively, Lager. Or Lahage. How much? Well, you got pretty good relations with me. I can start damaging relations with you as well. And maybe, just maybe, I'll do a landing, because you don't have a lot of military. And we will have the 20 ships of flotillas eventually. It's currently at 12, but we have started building a lot of them. And there's 3 more that we need to build, then there's another railway in southern Madagascar. Oh, the southern Madagascar railway is automatically set to expand. Right, that's why it's set up. Okay, over here we've got still a lot of pops available, so there's plenty of infrastructure available, actually. Some of the... Oh, market access, is that... Oh, the shipping lanes are... Oh, Somaliland is also a bit reduced there. Okay, so we might want to build another railway in here. Or also maybe another port. So Somaliland can provide the market access to the inland in here. How's Amhara? That's 82% now, so that is also getting slowly better. Admittedly, it still needs a lot, but better than nothing. Looks like the textile mills over here are making pretty good profit. There's the food industry. I mean, the food industry is always pretty good profit. We'd probably build another railway in there. Right, so we're trying to get the national militia. We got almost 50% chance of passing that, but that will reduce the landowner's power a little bit. It's going to be only a stepping stone into getting to the professional army, hopefully. So we've been trying to bolster the rule folk, but they haven't really gained a lot of power. So I'm going to stop bolstering them. I'm going to start bolstering... Oh, we can't actually bolster anyone. Never mind. We could put in another... Actually, how's the turmoil in Somaliland? It's still 46.6%. I'm going to put in a decree to start helping with that a little bit. We'll just put in the emergent relief in there. The less turmoil we have in there, the more tax income we can get. And also we can do the construction over here a lot faster then. Over here, the turmoil is only 35%, so that's already improved a lot. Oh, and since we're incorporating this, slowly getting the law enforcement in there as well. That'd be quite nice. Hey, we got national militia now. So the landowners are below 20% at least. And then if we have a look at the other laws that we could pass, is there... There's still the voting law. Landowners would radicalize due to that one, but there is decent bit of support for this one. I'm going to wait until the landowners maybe get a little bit higher in the approval. So we're not going to try passing any laws right this moment, but we will try... Oh, 15,000, okay. Alright, did that... Oh, hold on a minute. Did that reduce the army size a lot? Yes, yes it did. So down to 5 on each one of them. Okay, well, I guess we're making a lot of savings in the army size then. But now, at least, what we can do, in fact, is we can switch these to skirmish infantry with mobile artillery. So that's at least helping a little bit. And so with that amount of income, we could pay off the loans. At least we could maybe even reduce the taxes a little bit. Start reducing the amount of radicals even further. We should be able to afford that. I mean, it might not be instant, but... Standard levy hasn't really increased a lot recently. It's still 13.3, but it's not the worst. Like, it's at least okay amounts. We haven't really industrialized all that much yet. We're slowly doing that, but it's just the manpower shortage is quite drastic for us. But there we go, now we're turning a profit again, and that should start increasing the loyalists even faster, as well as start reducing the radicals a little bit more. Ah, there we go, land force, law enforcement investment has been completed. Right, so is the turmoil over here getting any better? 45.5, okay, yeah, it is dropping at least right now. So if we could get Somaliland to be a bit better situated, that'd be brilliant. There's a little bit peasants in there, not too much. We could probably start increasing the iron mines in there and put in the auto expand over there. Because I'm sure that the iron mine is something that we will want to build sooner or later anyway. Oh, what's this then? Savannah versus Confederate States. Oh! Right, so the Confederates are in Africa. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised by that, to be fair. And how is the... Okay, screw frigate 6 to 8 weeks. And we get that one. That's going to give us... that's just more convoys, isn't it? Oh, we can get the reinforced ships. Okay. And then we get the ironclad. But I think it does increase the... No, it doesn't increase the amount of convoys that we have. But yeah, it unlocks the new production method. But at this stage, we should probably try and get rid of the... or phase away from the clippers and all that. Also, let's make sure that the coal mine is allowed to expand over here, because I'm pretty sure that that would be making us a lot of money by expanding this. I'm just going to manually add in another level there. Brave Engineer. In Oromia, okay, we could get -5 infrastructure there, or trade unions get some more political strength and approval rating. I suppose trade unions getting a little bit more power is not really the worst. Landowners still haven't gained any more approval in here. Plus, if we can reduce the radicals a bit further or gain some more loyalists, then that should start increasing again. Oh, right, okay. So they oppose the region change from peasant levies to national militia, so that's causing some of the friction there. So now we're getting the steam donkey, and after that we'll get the dynamite. After that, we could maybe help a little bit with the society text. I mean, the realism, that would allow us to get the realistic art in arts academies. Psychiatry would be quite useful as well, and there's a lot of things in here that we will eventually want to get. But right now, we haven't really... I mean, the central banking especially would be quite nice, but I think if we focus on the industry or the production texts, we can increase the economy further and further, and that will allow us to do a lot more. I suppose after the dynamite, we could go for the improved fertilizer, although I don't think we need that one too badly, but we'll go for the open heart process, actually. Just go one after another one on that row there. Slowly but surely. So the literary rate is still below 50%, so that hasn't really started increasing too much yet. Working, or trying to do our best on getting that better, but it's not doing all that strong yet. So if we do have a look at the parties. So Conservative Party has 44%, Liberal Party 28%, there's the Free Trade at 13.8 and Agrarian at 13.6. But that's the last election. That doesn't necessarily tell the entire through of what it would be now. But yeah, industrialists are actually quite powerful in there. I'm really happy that they are part of the government right now, so we could... Okay, now we got +1 on landowners. We are going to try passing the election law again. Not entirely sure if it... Oh, landed voting. 85%. That is quite radical there. Oh, it did go even further down there. Oh, and now the left... Okay, I guess we won't pass this one then. And we need to reform the government. Bring the... Oh. Right, let's wait for that to... There we go. Confirm. They're part of the Conservative Party again. So is there any other laws that we could try passing, perhaps? Ones that wouldn't anger the... Oh, right, well, we could go back to peasant levies, but I'd rather not do that one. So, no voting laws can be changed, realistically speaking. The hospitals, we could go for private health insurance. Would that make it any better? Mortality per well. Let's see, so our current charity hospitals, we've got... Well, we got the level 1 only, so that is 5% mortality. So if you've got, like, around 16 or 17 standard of living on average, then the mortality will be about the same. Or the Russian will be about the same. If you switch away from that one. So we're probably not going to touch that one quite yet. Losing a little bit bureaucracy, but how's the incorporation coming along over here? Still 32 months away. So not exactly ideal. I suppose now that we've got a lot less military in here, we'll have a bit more workers available. A little bit. Nothing massive, mind you, but a little bit. Building the coal mine at some point in the not too distant future. How's the turmoil now? 44.5% in Somaliland, so it is getting better and better. The further we go in here, we can start reducing the tax waste and all that, which means... Oh wow, we're making £10,000 per week now. Okay, that was for just a short period of time. It's probably because we completed a building. I hadn't started building the second one yet there. That's probably what happened. Well, regardless, we're making a little bit extra money there for a moment. Right, so we're not ready to declare war on Kathiri or Lager. I suppose at this stage we are going to just expel the diplomats. We will, unfortunately, incur quite a bit of infamy. So we won't be able to do anything about that one for the time being. I suppose the next war... If we can't expand in here, I'm sure that we can get Kathiri though. But like, oh, and a Kathiri? I suppose for that we can just use 10 battalions from Ethiopia, hopefully. I mean, at least they are going to be performing now better than what they were doing before. But there's that. So the steam donkey, that's going to reduce the... Well, we're going to need a lot of engines to do that. How is the engine situation in the market? We haven't really had a look at the market in a while anyway. So electricity and fine arts are very high, and opium are a very high price. Engines are a little bit elevated. Coal is still quite a little bit elevated. I mean, we're missing 13,000, but it's not that massive percentage-wise because we use such a massive amount of coal in the market in general. I suppose it could be a lot worse. So Somaliland is getting another port, so that is going to fix the infrastructure levels in here. I mean, they were already fixed, I suppose. Well, there are plenty of railways in here and all that. I guess it does help. Oh, Botswana was... Right, okay, is this... Right, that's French Botswana. And the British had a little bit in there. Oh, because the war... No, they got a truce. Colonization rights. Oh, right, they gained the rights in there, so they'll be able to colonize that faster. So they don't just immediately conquer it this time around anymore. So the GDP is now 33.7. Still haven't slipped any further down or gotten any further up on the list there, to be fair. I suppose another thing that I could do is places like Oromia. I want to get another construction sector in there. Maybe even 2. Because that's an area that we can build in a lot of stuff. And I kind of want to increase the build speed in there in general. We're going to increase the investment pool usage a bit further. I mean, if we were... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We need to increase our construction speed or construction sectors even further, I reckon. Okay, another 2 over there. That's going to get us to 70. Put in 1 more in Oromia, actually. So we'll have a total of 75 construction. Of course, we'll only get half of that, but It's still okay. I mean, especially if we just let the private sector take over the construction for a little while, then that is going to make us a lot of money, let's just say. I mean, we would be saving 16,000 per week, so that would be enough to pay off the debt quite easily. We got 21 million in the investment pool already, so yeah, we need to start increasing the construction speed drastically. But also, once we get through some of this, you know what, I'm going to put in the one construction sector already in there. I'll put one more after the iron mine, and then the rest are going to be after that. Also, I think what we should do is get another university in here. We'll get to 4 levels total. And I suppose administration centers, we're going to build 2 in here. So that does mean that we're not actually slowing down the construction at all, but regardless, eventually we'll have a bit more. That could probably be making a bit more money. I mean, that I still need it a lot in there regardless. So that's fine. Alright, we're paying a little bit for the subsidies. Alright then. Right, so Theory, we can't do a war against you quite yet, although at least the relations aren't too bad, or are at least good enough for us to do that. We're keeping the German relations kinda okay. Not the best, mind you, but kinda okay. Right, so up to 6 weeks for the Steam Donkey. And after that, we'll get the Dynamite. I don't know if it's going to start spreading the Dynamite to us as well, but it'll probably be alright. We could have innovation up to 124. We currently have 87, so yeah, we've got room for a lot more universities, let's just put it that way. So that's probably something we should be building even further. Not necessarily too much in Madagascar anymore, because we just can't have the... or we don't have the pops in there. We could maybe get another level in Amhara in the meanwhile. So with the universities that we currently got under construction, that's going to give us another 6 point something. A little bit extra because of the bonuses for having multiple ones in the same province or state. Okay, Steam Donkey unlocked. So, do I need to reduce the worker use? I suppose we could have a look at through here. So, for example, coal mines, if we go with Steam Donkey, that would reduce the workforce quite a bit. We'll also use a lot of coal, or reduce the coal production in total a little bit. But it doesn't seem like it would be making a profit necessarily. It would be making profit at the lead mine, I suppose. We'll put one in there. Because the population over here is still very, very tiny. I mean, it's already 72,500, and it's slowly growing. And the standard of living over here is, it's 15.9 actually, so that's not too bad. It's slowly getting better, and I suppose Somaliland, it's 12.2 only. And the population over here at least is growing. And how much, okay, so now we got 8.6 million incorporated population already. And we got another, 5.6 unincorporated. I mean, Oromia is not yet incorporated. It's slowly coming in there, though. And then there's, that's 4 million there. Oh, right, so I think it's already factoring some of the population as incorporated pops in here, then. Maybe. Well, regardless, that is underway. We are going to get a lot of taxes from there once it's done. So, is there any laws or movements? The censorship, we're not going to do that. No migration controls. I don't really want to go for that one. We could go for the poor laws. The landowners would oppose that. Welfare payments would go up. Political strength when receiving welfare. But that would require a lot more... Okay, so maybe not that one then. Laissez-faire would increase the amount of construction that our private sector would do. But I couldn't then... downsizing non-government buildings. I don't know about the buildings that we inherit, though. That would reduce the loan interest rate quite a bit as well. I suppose we'll just hold on to what we have right now. Not going to switch to... we could try going for the wealth voting again, although it is a very likely chance that it would radicalize the landowners again. Although they are now at +2. So I guess there's a chance. We'll give it another try. If it fails, or if they radicalize too badly, then that's going to be a problem. They are at 10 right now, I suppose. They are definitely opposing that. Let's see if they get out of the... Yeah, they are angry. So losing a bit of tax income. Britain is also now going to be fighting Savannah. How's the radical numbers? Oh, right, okay. Stop that one. Because I don't want to have another revolution and lose the legitimacy and all that. So I guess we won't be switching the voting laws anytime soon. I suppose if we could get the landowners to be happy enough with all the things that we've done, then it should be fine, especially if we can start reducing the amount of radicals. I mean, they are one of those that get -2 approval from the radicals. The radical numbers are slowly dropping. I mean, especially with the fact that we don't have that much taxes going on right now. It definitely helps. I suppose another thing that we could do Well, the liquor tax is pretty good. Is there any other good... tobacco tax would be almost 4,000. We don't really need more money right now, to be fair. Not drastically more money, anyway. Bureaucracy would be something that we do need, though. But there's not much I can do about that one. Other than build more buildings for that, of course. So we are getting another construction sector done. Because we are at 55 already. So I suppose the construction sector is a little bit surely being built up. So then we can utilize a bit more of the money that we currently have. Or the surplus that we currently have. Although, you know, we still need to pay off over 1 million in debt, of course. We don't have to, but it would be beneficial to pay that off. So we don't need to pay any interest rates. So, iron mines in Somaliland are going to be built soon. Coal mines in southern Madagascar. And the constructor is now, well, we got 29.5 points for our own construction. So that's not too bad. And I suppose the investment pool is still 22 million. So yeah, after a little while, we should probably just stop building these mines and such ourselves. And just, you know, let the private sector take over the construction every now and then if we don't need anything drastically. But like a lot of the time we do need more bureaucracy or universities or what have you. So actually, I suppose what we could do is put a university over there and then administration building there. So it's going to be alternating between the construction sectors and the other buildings. But that way we can get a lot more construction going at least. Oh, revolution, freedom, conscience. Okay, if I was to try passing that one, Deval would oppose that. I suppose I'll try passing that one. That would reduce the discrimination again drastically. Which would then probably reduce the turmoil. I mean, if I look at the population in here, it's 100% Sunnis, so yeah, that's probably causing a lot of the issues there. What about over here? So we've got a lot more animists in here than what we have over here in Somaliland, so yeah, that's a problem. I suppose if we wouldn't have a problem with the stuff there, then it should be fine. The radicalism of the preserved state religion is fairly high, but there's no direct support from any group, yet at least. But that is going to reduce our authority as well a little bit. Right, so now we've got 6 infamy to spare, so if we were to declare war on Kathiri... Oh, they've got defensive pact with Lahej. They own an obligation to France. Right, so if I was to declare war on them... Actually, what we might want to do is just wait until we can take their land as well. So if we wait for like 13 spare points at least in infamy, or below 20, so at least 12 infamy, which should be like 2 years or something like that, or 1.5 years I suppose, till we get there. But that way we can then take both of these in the same war, and then we'll take Kazimit State, and that's going to give us a lot of the pops in here in this state. Boiler explosion. Industrials would gain more political strength. Low strata pops in southern Madagascar become more radical. That's not really great. Trade unions, so upper strata would become more radical, or rural folk become more radical. I'm going to take the rural folk, actually. If I can get a bit more power for them, then that might reduce the devout and landowners clout as well. So the Conservative Party would reduce more and more voter base, and that means that in the next, or in the upcoming elections at some point or another, we will be able to get rid of the Conservatives in power. I mean, is the ruler still the same? Yeah, that's still a landowner. The area is already 45, so this is, oh, 66, okay. So I'm expecting it to not last very long as a ruler anymore. We are getting more radicals though, so that's not great. And we're losing loyalists quite drastically as well. Alright then, so situation could be better. At least we're making another 4,000, oh, mass immigration, excellent. And we're getting the university and the government administration building already. Yeah, 35 construction points. We are going to get the university done soon. That's going to increase our innovation even further. What are we doing in the research right now? So we're getting the dynamite. That is not spreading to us right now. It's actually getting the rubber mastication. So I suppose I could speed up the rubber mastication then. And then go with the open heart process. We'll keep on working on the industry right now. The literary rate is almost 50% again. But I do realise we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.